This is the 2026 Ford Maverick XLT all-wheel drive. Is it worth every dollar? Hey everybody, it's Tom from Vehicle Visionary. I hope you're having a great day. There used to be a time when there was a whole slew of compact trucks running around on the road. Now we don't have that many to choose from, but this truck does offer quite a bit. LED headlights. You don't have LED, however, with your turn signal indicator right here. But that means it's easier to just change the bulb out real fast. No big deal where that's concerned. It does have a consistent look compared to the other F-Series trucks out there as far as the front end goes. You've got your grille with a nice large Ford logo right there, upper and lower grills right here. And then we're gonna have our all-wheel drive setup here, work our way around. You're gonna have these gray wheels. For those that don't like gloss black, you do have a gloss finish here, but the gray may be a little more pleasing to some people. Tell me what your thoughts are. They are 17 inches, and there is a spare tire located underneath the bed of the truck. Here we're going to have the XLT logo. No active vents or anything like that right here, but just cosmetic. But you know what? It does kind of help to break things up. Manually folding side view mirrors. Some people have actually asked me to demonstrate that. Can you imagine that? They have a driver's license and they're driving with you and they don't know how to fold their manually folding side view mirrors. They are power adjustable, and I'll let my cameraman come around here and show you the only other thing that I can tell you about these mirrors, and that is the fact that they also have blind spot monitoring built in. Now here is your remote, lock, unlock, remote start, and you have your panic button right down there. And you have a mechanical key. We're going to push that button right there. That allows us to bring the mechanical key out. You might wonder, what exactly is that for? It goes right here. That way, if the battery in your vehicle dies, in your Maverick dies, or the battery with the key fob dies, you can still lock and unlock the truck, get inside, whatever you need to do. We'll have some trim work here around the top portion of the bed, as you can see. I would like to see something that would be here standard, which would be a bed liner. Now, this is not a dampened tailgate, so if you open that up out of habit, you might want to be careful. We do have a few things to talk about here in the bed. We've got a few different tie-down points. Got this area right here. You want to take advantage of that as far as a little bit of storage space goes. You can do that. We also have some lighting, as you can see, some in-bed lighting on that one side. You're also going to have a power outlet. And how about the capabilities of this truck? I'm going to close the tailgate right here and tell you. Now, you can tow up to 2,000 pounds with this truck, unless you go with the 4K package. Then it can tow up to 4,000 pounds. That's its max. Payload comes in at 1,500 pounds. Under the hood of this particular model is the 2-liter turbocharged EcoBoost 4-cylinder. It puts out 250 horsepower and 280 pounds-feet of torque. It's mated to an 8-speed automatic transmission. It has all-wheel drive, as you know. 0 to 60 is in about 6.5 seconds. Top speed is going to be about 118 miles an hour. Now we're going to work our way over here to the window sticker. I don't know how well you can see this. You may actually be able to see it today, but I'm going to tell you the numbers anyway. Here are your potential MPGs: 22 city, 30 highway, 25 combined, and 4 gallons of gas per every 100 miles driven. And how about our gas tank details? You do have capless fuel fill. It's 16.5 gallons in capacity. On a full tank of gas in the city, you should be able to drive about 360 miles. Out on the highway, that number jumps to about 495 miles. All right, let's talk about the back seat area. And we'll start with the door panels right here. You can see the color combination that we have, a little bit of a design pattern. The door bin is actually decent size for a truck of this size. And how about the armrest? Well, it's actually pretty comfortable. I do wish that it was a full armrest, because you only have that partial area. Then it has that brake right here. So to me, that would make more sense to have it go all the way, but that's the way it's designed. Now, I'm going to pull on the release right here, and we're going to bring the seat cushion up. You actually have a decent amount of space here underneath the seats for storage. That's more than some full-size trucks have, so quite a bit there as far as that goes. Now I'm going to hop on inside here and tell you about what else is here. One rear seat pocket on the back of the passenger seat. Should really have one on each seat there. It just would make more sense. There actually is a decent amount of headroom back here. I do wish there was a little more recline built into these seats, but you know what? They're actually pretty comfortable back here. Not too bad. And the oh crap handle. case the driver drops the hammer on 250 horsepower. That's actually more than my Honda Prelude makes, so maybe I should swap motors. We do have some connectivity to talk about back here. A couple of USB ports. You're also going to have the power outlet right there. And I'm not sure what fits right there. Some of you might have to Google what I'm about to say, but you know, maybe that's for a pager, something that nobody uses anymore. So we're going to start here with the upper console. Got a few buttons here we can talk about, not too much to tell you about. You can turn your lights on and off depending on what you want to do right there. And you have a sunglass holder here. I know that's a big deal for a lot of people. With the rear view mirror, you just flip your lever down and you've got your dimming capabilities. We're also going to have some storage above or behind the center screen right there. And as we work our way across the dash area, there's your glove box, conventional size, but there is a little bit of room in there for whatever you need to store. And as far as the passenger side door panel goes, a little bit larger, but similar in design to what we saw in the rear, where it doesn't have that complete door panel or armrest, I should say, but it gets the job done. And we're going to work our way over here, show you the door bin that's down there. That's going to be on both sides. And we've got our controls for all of our windows. Power side view mirrors right here. You can lock the windows if you need to right there, lock and unlock buttons, and everything for your lighting is going to be here. You can see some of the other controls that are here as well. You've got everything here for trailer brakes if you want to take advantage of that. And then right here, if you drop that lever, you can adjust your tilt and telescopically adjustable steering wheel. It's a heated steering wheel. You've got everything for your cruise control, and then you can go through whatever you need to here with the driver's display. Quite a bit going on there. We can hit the buttons to see our different options. As you can see what I'm doing right there. Just to show you a few things about how things work here. You can even go into your settings right here. No phone is connected, so I can't show you anything there at the moment. But there you go. You've got a couple of different options with that. We can go back, hit the back button right there, and it's just super simple. You know what everything is. And then your drive mode selector is right down here, and here are those drive modes. You're going to have normal, eco, you can see the graphics that go with that, slippery, and then we're going to have all of the controls here for the windshield wipers, and then everything for your turn signal indicators right there, if you want to use that, for those of you that know how to use your blinkers. Now, let's come over here to the center screen. Now, you have a few different things you can do here. We can turn the audio on and off right there if we want to. You can also do that via physical control beneath the air conditioning vents. You can add the phone right here. We've got our settings here if we want to go into that. So here's where all of your different icons are. If you're looking for that, the individual icons are here. As you can see what all is there depending on what you need to do. To go back to that screen, we just select home right there. We can go to features right here. A few more things going on right there, including the owner's manual. You can see what's here. Not a whole lot to talk about, but I'm glad there isn't too much because that actually makes things a little bit more simplistic. You've got your trailering details here, and we'll go back to the screen right here. We're going to go to our apps to see what's going on right there. You can see you have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. You can wirelessly pair your smartphone. And when I go into reverse, here's what you're going to have camera-wise. So a few different things to talk about there, not too much, just a couple of different views, but you can see what's going on with that. And we're going to go back into park. Your air conditioning is controlled right here. You have single zone climate control, so you've got your temperature right here. When we're finished adjusting that, we can hit that and that goes back down. You can use the plus or the minus. Heated seats for the driver and the passenger. You're going to have 3 different stages where that is concerned. Fan speed over there, and you can see everything else that we have here. Nothing out of the ordinary. Here are our air conditioning vents. You're going to have those 2 there, 2 on each side on the outer areas of the dash. And then here's what I was telling you about earlier. This is where you can adjust the stereo. Turn it on and off, turn your radio on and off, adjust the volume. You can go through whatever you want to listen to here. You can see some of the other features that we have here, including the hazard lights. And then there's the button to start and stop the engine. We're going to have a 12-volt power outlet right there and a couple of USB options to choose from. A little bit of storage in this area. You can prop your phone up right there if you want to. One thing I'm curious to get your feedback on is right here. This is the shifter. It's a rotary shifter. So you're going into reverse with a dial, ultimately, as you can see right there. The L is for low. It keeps it in first gear, but gives you all the power and torque in first gear. Power parking brake is right here. If you want to turn traction control off, you can do that right there. I like when you turn the auto stop start off, it says off. It's illuminated right there. We'll also have our cup holders over here on the right hand side, a little bit of space behind that, a little bit of storage space again behind this area. You can actually use this center console lid as an armrest, although it depends on how big people's arms are and if both front seat passengers can take advantage of that, and actually a decent amount of space, fairly deep within the center console. All right, here we go on the test drive with the Maverick. Now you might be a little surprised at how well it accelerates. It actually gets up and goes decently. Not what I would call neck-stepping performance by any means, but that's okay. It will get the job done for you. The seats themselves are pretty comfortable, believe it or not. A lot of adjustability, obviously, for the driver's seat compared to all the other seats here, since you don't have a power seat anywhere except for the driver's seat. The passenger seat is manually adjustable. I don't know if I mentioned that earlier in the video. Both are heated. You also have this heated steering wheel. It is adjustable, tilt and telescopically, so the driver can get things set up as they need to, and that is not going to be a problem. Everything is easy to get to, although I would like to have physical controls for the air conditioning where I can just reach down without even having to look and take care of that. That's always nice to have. The screen is nice and large. That's a good thing. It's easy to deal with, easy to learn, easy to use. I like that it doesn't have just a ridiculous amount of sub-menus. You can find what you need to without any trouble whatsoever. Now the ride quality, well, I'm not going to tell you it's the absolute best, but you know what? It's also not the absolute worst. It's actually decent. A little bit of a choppy ride quality depending on the road you're on. And for those of you that want to hear the road noise on this road, here you go. This is a fairly noisy and rough road, so it's going to sound pretty bad. I don't know how bad it sounds compared to what I'm actually hearing in person. It's really not the worst, but sometimes people ask me about that and want to know what that sounds like. Overall, it's definitely a nice truck for what it is, for being a compact pickup. It will get the job done for you. And quite a few options on trim levels as well. So depending on your needs, well, you can choose accordingly. And there it is, the 2026 Ford Maverick XLT all-wheel drive. It does have a lot to offer. It's not the most exciting thing on the road, but for some people, this is definitely the truck they're looking for. Tell me what you're looking for. If you're looking for a truck like this, what expectations do you have? I'd like to say a special thanks to our friends here at All-Star Ford in Stonewall, Louisiana, for loaning us this truck for the day so we could tell all of you about it. And a special thanks to all of you for being kind enough to give us the opportunity to give you a vision for your next vehicle. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to hit the like button. That's very helpful to us and greatly appreciated. Make sure to subscribe and share this video on your timelines on social media so other people can see it. And if you would like to learn about additional vehicles you may wish to consider purchasing, check out the video that's on the screen right now, and we'll see you there.